What's up everyone? I'm out here with the Honda Rebel, chilling with a drink of Snapple, and yeah, been riding around today, and I realized I should have showed you guys something before, and it is right here, the folding stove with fuel. You guys have seen this. It's basically just a folding stove with the solid fuel tablets that look like white squares. I've never tried this before, and it has soon become my absolute favorite stove with fuel ever, period. It is cheap, but it's also very portable. So let's give you guys another look. And what I did was I broke the fuel tab in half because it lets me control boil time, and I actually like it better this way. Don't use the whole thing. I like breaking it in half. Excuse me, I'm outdoors and my allergies are hitting in. But yeah, I just like to do it this way. Also, I like to run it upside down just like that as well. Either one works fine. The only thing is, please have it on a surface that you're willing to get ashes on and mess up and burn. If not, you can see I have a little sponge and some aluminum foil in a bag there. I like to lay some foil underneath it to catch all the ashes. That way I'm not like burning everything and making a mess. It all just depends on where you are. But normally, today you can see I'm running the stainless steel cup right here. This has been through many adventures with me, and it's still running. And I like it because it's stainless steel, it's not that aluminum. But if you look, it falls right in. And that's kind of the reason I didn't like this stove. I didn't know it was adjustable this way, so I never actually got one. But now, fuel in, it sits right there on top. I had no idea it could do that. You can also run it upside down, but I'm going to run it the normal way for you guys because that's just how it looks like on the box. And then what I'll do is I'll flip it halfway through and boil some water for you guys. And you know, it's very motorcycle friendly. I've got ammo cans, some people don't, but it's so tiny it'll fit in, like, the Honda Rebel has some space in here. I'm pretty sure if I cleared out some space somewhere on the bike, I can shove that somewhere. But so far it's just staying on the ammo cans. So I'm going to set this up and give you guys another look, and we'll come back in about 5 minutes. Here we go. We've got it burning away, and that flame will just soon take over that whole thing. And let's get this ready to boil. Can't do this one-handed, trying to open this one thing. You know what, go big or go home. I was gonna do half a cup. Let's do about there. Moderation's for the weak, right? Now watch me look dumb when this doesn't boil as fast as I want it to. It kind of looks like a marshmallow, actually. This is not trioxane. This is something different, but it's pretty similar, honestly. It might just be a rip-off brand of it. But yeah, if you've ever used the military trioxane, this is what it's kind of like. And keeping my glove on just for safety. And I'm gonna run this uncovered as well, so we'll see how this thing boils. All right, so the bird started squawking, if you can hear that. Just came out of nowhere. I have no idea what they're squawking about. I mean, it is sunset, so maybe some predators are out. But if you look in the water, there's some teeny tiny bubbles already starting to form. And it hasn't really been that long. Look how awesome that is. Now, there is no flame control with this thing. It's pretty much on-off. Actually, it's mostly on because I usually don't like trying to blow this thing out. And for people to tell you it's impossible, yes, you can blow this out. I've only blown out the halves or quarters. I haven't blown out a full block of this. It just wouldn't go out. But I mean, if you got the lung capacity, you know, you can probably do it. Not very far from civilization, but this whole setup with the Rebel and the stove and the water, it kind of reminds me of days when I actually had enough free time to head out into the world and go exploring and stuff. But yeah, EMT and paramedic school is taking up a lot of my time, but I'll see what I can do for you guys. you know, I should be able to try and get out there. Got all these, I don't know if, oh, you can't see them. There's like a million ants between the rocks and you just can't see them on camera. How weird is that? Yep. Bubbles are getting there. Now you only get 8 tablets of these fuel cubes in one of these packages. But honestly, I figured out you can throw other stuff in there. Like, my usual go-to is any form of like paper or wood soaked in oil. That'll just burn for a while and boil my water for me. But I mean, you know, if you guys just want to run a tiny wood fire, I don't see why you couldn't. I would flip this upside down because it gives me more room. But I mean, look at that. That's actually pretty good for a solid fuel right there. I was really wary of this because of the chemicals and whatever. But as long as I'm using a pot or whatever, you know, I'm not going to be cooking, you know, hot dogs over this without anything covering them dogs. But yeah, some of them are actually coming to the surface right there. I don't know if the camera really catches that either because it's kind of low light out here. It makes it look brighter than it is. It's actually almost sunset. So yeah, we'll keep waiting and see what happens. It's been a little bit of time. This little tiny cube is just getting smaller and smaller. So I'm just gonna add in its other half. And that's all I've done. And the heat will catch and, you know, it'll ignite all on its own. See, the flame's already starting to catch on a little bit right there. Get that a little bit towards the middle. So we got 2 blocks going now. Got this going on, and I think the birds might be cawing because it's about to rain. Alright guys, I had to stop the boil real quick because it boiled over and put the other one out. But yeah, I'm counting that as a boil. A little bit longer, and I'd probably consider my water pretty safe to drink. And I've still got a little bit of fuel tab left over if I want to do a little bit more with it, if I want to use that to start my actual like campfire. So yeah, there you go. It's been about 6 minutes ish, and this is a pretty unscientific test. Like I wasn't in a controlled environment. It was pretty humid out, so that'll slow it down a little bit because it'll knock down some of that heat from the fuel tablet. But for the most part, I'm very happy with this. I'll be taking this with me on other rides. And yeah, you can see where I am. I tried to choose an atmosphere that was sort of indicative of using something like this. And yeah, I would say definitely buy this, if not as your main stove, as a backup stove. I'm using this as my main one when I'm on the bike, and then if I have more room, I'll take my bigger one. So there you go, guys. Stay safe out there, and you have a good one.